Wednesday night in Huntsville, Texas can mean only one thing inside Johnson Coliseum, Southland Conference women's basketball, and tonight we've got another stellar matchup with your Sam Houston State Bearcats hosting the University of Central Arkansas Sugar Bears. It's going to be a matchup tonight of two teams that have had recent losing streaks but trying to get back to their winning ways. Both teams come into tonight's matchup with losing streaks of 3 games, and both are looking for their first Southland Conference victory. Sam Houston State lost their Southland opener 91-79 against Abilene Christian over the weekend, and UCA is 0 for 2 in Southland Conference games. And as we get started here, the tip, Sam Houston takes the tip, and Jalen Walker controls the ball. Sam Houston going with the starting lineup of Amber Leggett, Dominique Maxwell, Lydia Baxter, Jalen Walker, and Kiera McKinney. And right off the bat, the turnover woes that have plagued Sam Houston State begin early with a traveling call. UCA takes over. As we said at the top of the broadcast, Sugar Bears on a 3-game losing streak. They've lost both of their Southland Conference games. The most recent one to Southeastern Louisiana, 62-53. And before that one, it was a 73-65 loss to Texas A&M Corpus Christi. And Sam Houston State is looking to turn up the offensive pressure, going with the full court pass. That's what Raven Justice wants to do. She wants to run the Sugar Bears right out of the gym back to Arkansas. And Sam Houston will inbound. Nice pass there from Walker to Amber Leggett, who gets the hoop and the harm. She'll go to the line for one more. Sam Houston State looking in control of their offense early, something that was a rarity against Abilene Christian in their Southland Conference opener. Leggett heads to the line for one more, and she converts to give Sam Houston their first lead of the night. Leggett looking to have a little bit more productive game than she had last game against Abilene Christian. The freshman got into foul trouble, fouling out early. She was one of 2 Bearcats that fouled out. She and Jalen Walker both were eliminated due to foul trouble, and Walker once again takes it right to the hoop but can't convert, but her freshman teammate Amber Leggett gets the rebound, but we've got a foul on the floor. Looks as though it will go against Central Arkansas. And that last game against Abilene Christian, Sam Houston State allowed 91 points. That's the most they've allowed all year. Didn't really get into a rhythm on either side of the ball, offensively or defensively. As we take a little bit of a timeout here as the referees go to the monitor to see exactly who the foul was on. Raven Justice, though, despite having that rough Southland Conference opener, has made dramatic changes here in Huntsville in her first season. Has already got 5 wins for her ladies compared to 4 they had the entire year last year. And over on the other bench, that's Sandra Rushing for UCA. Her overall record with the Sugar Bears, 134-67 in her overall record as a head coach. She has 388 wins compared to just 130 losses. So UCA comes into this one 5-7, 0-2 in Southland Conference play. Sam Houston, pretty similar record, 5-6 overall, 0-1 in conference play. We're still having a little bit of trouble on who exactly committed the foul. Referees explaining to head coach Sandra Rushing there the details of that foul. Seems as though it's going to stay with Sam Houston, inbounding on the side. Had some issues with the timing of the shot clock and the overall clock, but everything's straightened out now. Sam Houston controls. Jalen Walker, you'll see a lot of her running the point and the 2 guard with her and Jennifer Aramis. These two have been switched back and forth all year between that point guard position. Haven't seen a lot of combinations that have worked out well in terms of who starts at point guard and who comes in, but you've got someone as athletic as Jalen Walker. It doesn't matter where you put her. She's going to create as UCA goes right for the long ball, and Sam Houston controls. Leggett on the run, goes right to the hoop, but is stripped from behind. Sam Houston State loves to run up and down the floor on the fast break as Jennifer Aramis comes in, replacing Kiera McKinney. It's the modo operandi for all of you Latin majors out there of Raven Justice. She loves to push the pressure. Jennifer Aramis goes underneath to Amber Leggett, who goes up strong for two. Leggett seems a little bit focused now. She has got all 5 of Sam Houston State's points in the early going. Sam going with a 2-3 defense here. They will switch back from man-to-man to that zone. And it seems as though the zone is paying early dividends as we've got a frustration foul from UCA. Now the foul is on number 2, Camry Orr, who knows a lot about Johnson Coliseum. The senior started off her career right here in Huntsville, Texas at Sam Houston State. She's an Arkansas native, but started here in Huntsville, Texas, was the 3rd leading scorer during her tenure here, averaging over 8 points a game for the Lady Cats. And then left, went to Northeastern Oklahoma Community College, and then made her way back to her home state of Arkansas, where she has had a very stellar all-conference career for the ladies in purple and black. UCA going to the elbow, goes down low, but tipped away by Lydia Baxter right to Amber Leggett, who takes it all the way coast to coast, and left hand off the window. Leggett in control again. She is responsible for all 7 of Sam Houston State's points right now, and UCA calls a quick timeout to talk it over. Amber Leggett just took it almost the length of the court there for the easy 2, and Sam Houston State has an early 7-2 lead. And we will step aside quickly, but we've got more Southland Conference action between the Sugar Bears and Bearcats coming up next. Back with more Sam Houston State basketball, and the Bearcats have come out of the gates blazing in this first quarter against Central Arkansas. 7-0 run over the past 2 minutes and 5 seconds. And they have held the Sugar Bears completely out of whack. UCA going with a short corner jumper there by number 4. That's Taylor Sells with the jumper. Jennifer Aramis now in the point guard. As we said, we're going to see her and Jalen Walker alternate between that 1 and 2 guard. Walker loves to attack, gives it to Lachey Haynes, who tries to look inside, but it's deflected. UCA with the turnover. They're going to slow things down and set things up for get into their offensive set here. Sam still going with a 2-3 zone, and UCA is trying to pack it down on the block there, take advantage of the huge size difference they have underneath. Lachey Haynes and Dominique Maxwell seem to be working overtime with the two bigs for UCA. And right there you go to the lob, but Lachey Haynes was ready. Amber Leggett with the turnover, but can't convert on the long touchdown pass to Jennifer Aramis. It's going to be tipped out of bounds off of UCA. It's going to stay here with Sam Houston State. Leggett will inbound, gives it to Aramis. She's a little bit more of a methodical point guard compared to Jalen Walker, who likes to slash and create. And Walker gets the tipped pass, the tipped rebound, and throws it right to Dominique Maxwell, who drills the corner three. And Sam is in a rhythm offensively after that three-pointer. And the frustration looks like it's settling in now for the purple and black as the turnover results in one more Sam Houston State possession. Sugar Bears going with a very light one-on-one full court press here. Don't seem to be looking for a trap or anything that's going to create problems for Sam Houston State, as Leggett is way off there on the jumper. UCA looking to run. Sales at the top directing traffic, trying to get everyone in position. Kayla Hicks goes down low, and Leggett is Johnny on the spot with the steal and the turnover. Gives it to Jalen Walker with some fancy dribbling into the lane, and she's going to draw the foul. That's what she does best. When she's got the ball in her hand, she knows how to create, whether it's for her own shot or for her teammate. She's very good when the ball is in her hands. As Lydia Baxter comes in and Lachey Haynes takes a quick breather. She did foul out last game. It was a lot of freshman ticky-tack fouls, and Amber Leggett was another one of those freshmen that was another one of those Bearcat women, that fouled out last game, and she seems to be all the offense Sam Houston needs now. She is leading the charge with 9 points, 9 of 12 total points for the Bearcats. Jalen Walker, she knows that she's got a lesser defender on her, and she is looking to take it to the hole every single time as she draws the foul. She'll go to the line for 2. Sam Houston State has caused 3 turnovers in the last 2:37. Central Arkansas hasn't scored in the past 2 minutes and 37 seconds. So whatever Sam Houston is doing on defense, it sure is working. As we take another look at Jalen Walker's tough drive to the rack, gets fouled. Walker's been a very nice addition to Raven Justice's first-year squad. The junior college transfer from McLennan Junior College has come in and has acclimated very well to the Division I game. Very athletic, very skilled. She is still trying to get adjusted to the pace of play in Division I basketball, as you saw that last game as she fouled out. UCA finally gets on the board there. Michaela Hicks with the bucket. Aramis to Maxwell in the corner. We've got an offensive foul on Lydia Baxter down low that'll turn the ball over. That's something that Raven Justice really wants to put an emphasis on, is taking care of the basketball. In the non-conference schedule, it really showed against the Power 5 schools, the LSUs, the TCUs. Turnovers really were the key in those games. And it's a direct correlation with Sam Houston State. When they don't turn the ball over, good things normally happen. Shot rims out, stays with UCA. They working around the corner. It's a traveling call there on Sells. Took too many steps. That's going to turn the ball over. Now Rachel Harrell comes into the game for the first time as Dominique Maxwell will take a breather. Harrell, the 5'9" junior from Weatherford, Texas, out of Brock High School. Trying to climb up the Sam Houston State career three-point record list. Is now at 87 career three-pointers. Needs just 2 to move into the top 10 all time. Leggett one more time. Really loving that left side. She's very aggressive tonight. Getting a lot of shots on that left side, on that left block, and kind of all around that restricted area. That's her game as well. She loves to attack and slash and use that left hand. Sam now switching to a man-to-man from a 2-3 zone. Sells goes right to the rack by Aramis for 2. Now cuts the deficit to 5. Ramos looking inside to Baxter, takes one dribble, turns, takes a bump, and nice move. She took too many steps in the process, will turn the ball over to UCA. And Lydia Baxter, you talk about players that do everything. She did everything last game against Abilene Christian. It was her 4th double-double of the season. She had 18 points and 10 rebounds, and she was working overtime down low on the block on defense and on offense, getting pushed around, blocking shots, rebounding on the offensive and defensive side. Just did it all and did a lot of the dirty work you want from a veteran leader. Loose ball as Sells gets up and passes but turns it over. Sam's got numbers. Aramis with the nice fake to the corner for the layup. Beautiful move there by Aramis to cut to the hoop, fake the corner pass, and just take it herself. And then immediately commits the foul. Going to have a line change for UCA. Rachel Harrell will go out for Sam Houston. Dominique Maxwell back in the game after a quick break. Now Sam looks like they're going to set up in their full court man-to-man pressure. Sells running the offense, trying to get something. Maxwell trying to force her to the baseline. Jumper no good, but offensive rebound by Hicks. And Sells wants something a little bit better than that last possession. Give it to Hicks, shot fake. At the elbow, tosses one up wildly, can't get it. Maxwell with the rebound, and we've got a jump ball. No, we've got a travel on Maxwell. It's going to stay with UCA. Lachey Haynes back in the game, gives Lydia Baxter a break. Lachey Haynes is the Sam Houston State transplant, came over from Prairie View A&M with Raven Justice. Led the SWAC in rebounding just a few seasons ago, so she knows how to body up some people on the block and down low and do some dirty work as well as Baxter does. It's a good 1-2 punch Raven Justice has down low for the Lady Cats. Raven Justice wanted a 5-second call there. Forces the turnover. Jalen Walker with the steal up ahead to Aramis, who jump stops and goes off the window for 2. Aramis now with 4 points, and Sam Houston State has opened it up just a little bit here. A 17-8 lead. Shooting 54% from the field, 7 of 13. Sam Houston State is. And a lot of those have been from point blank range. A lot of layups in those 17 points. Jalen Walker full length of the court, off with the jumper, but Maxwell working hard underneath. But just a little bit too hard as she draws the foul. It's going to be her first personal. Rachel Harrell back into the game. Walker gets a breather. Raven Justice really likes Jalen Walker and was talking to her as she came off the floor, but she's still essentially a freshman when it comes to Division I basketball. She'll still make some young freshman mistakes, but Raven Justice loves her athleticism and her athletic ability. So we have another foul called on Jennifer Aramas. That's going to be her second personal. 5.7 seconds left in this first quarter. Sam Houston leading 17-8. Taylor Sells will go to the line, a 5'7" junior from Tulsa, Oklahoma. So we'll take another look at Sells' drive. Raven Justice was upset about that call, and she had good reason to be. Looked like it was very minimal contact. If anything, it was the left arm, maybe a hand check in there, but the right arm did not make contact. Jennifer Ramos looks confused as she takes a seat on the bench. Dominic Maxwell trying to push it the length of the court. 2 seconds left, goes up ahead to Harrell, who just chucks it overhead. It was on line, just missed there. And after 1 quarter of play, Sam Houston firmly in control, 17-9, thanks to a lot of turnovers and points off turnovers. We're going to have the second quarter when we come back right here on Bearcat Sports Network. Second quarter action here in Johnson Coliseum between Sam Houston State and Central Arkansas. And after that first quarter, Sam Houston State did the majority of their damage via the fast break. 6-0 in fast break points. The Bearcats had over the Sugar Bears. Shot 50% from the field, 7 of 14. And we're a perfect 1 of 1 for 3-point field goals. That one coming via Dominique Maxwell. Offense and the defense in very clean unison here in the first half. UCA going with the long ball one more time. Sugar Bears have yet to convert a 3-point field goal. Here's Leggett one more time. Loves that left hand in the runner, can't get it, but Kiara McKinney with the putback and one. She's going to go to the line for one more. That's what happens when you got a lot of athletic guards that love to get into the lane and put up shots. When they don't all the time go in, you're going to have some garbage duty. And Kiara McKinney and Lydia Baxter both love to do the dirty work down low when it comes to putbacks. So Kara McKinney will go to the line for one more. And now it is an 11-point lead for Sam Houston State. Going to have a wave of substitutions for Central Arkansas. Sam Houston's going to keep up with that full court man-to-man defense. Walker's going to be put on cells. Sam's doing a really nice job of fronting the post down low. Karen McKinney is not letting any of the Sugar Bears post players get any type of position. Walker one more time wants to run. Nice pass up ahead with Dominique Maxwell, but it's going to be called off. A charging call on Jalen Walker. That's going to be her first personal. Let's take another look. Nice play to get a pass and find the open space, but it's a little bit reckless and just knocked the UCA defender right over, and that's a blatant charge. UCA still running things, and we get a perimeter jumper there. 23, Keturah Bingham. A nice mid-range, and Dominique Maxwell looks to push, but almost turns it over. We got a deflection. It's going to stay Sam Houston State. Lydia Baxter back into the game. So now we've got Sam Houston State's bigger lineup with McKinney and Baxter in the game. Two formidable posts. Maxwell gets a nice move off the pick and draws the blocking foul. She'll go to the line for two. Foul's going to be on Alexis Thomas. It's going to be her first personal. Maxwell going to the line, the 2 for 2. A 5'9" senior from Toronto, Ontario. The only Canada native probably in this entire gymnasium tonight. Spent a few seasons at Odessa College before coming to Sam Houston State. It's been a nice addition to Raven Justice's lineup. Can shoot it from deep, has a good mid-range game, and is long and athletic when it comes to driving and scoring underneath. And is very, very emphatic when it comes to pleading her case on that foul call. The foul is on her. It'll be her second personal foul, but by her actions and charades of sorts, it looks as though she wanted maybe a flop called or maybe no call at all. But regardless, it still goes down the scorebook as a blocking foul on Maxwell. UCA trying to go to their high-low game doesn't really seem to be working, as Sam is putting two defenders on their post players. We've got a long rebound. Walker looks to run, hesitates, takes the contact, goes high off the window, and draws another foul on Sells. Jalen Walker's going to go to the line for two. As we told you, the athletic junior college transfer from McLennan Community College from Calvert, Texas. We've got a break here, and the referees get the timing and everything figured out. This is the first. Let's take another look at the foul call. She is a tough guard and tough to handle at times. As you saw, she just put her shoulder down right into the chest of Sells and moved her out of the way. And when you're athletic like that, that's when you get the foul call, as she converts on the back end of the two-shot foul. And Sam now leads by 11. Sam's still shooting 50% from the floor, 8 of 16, and perfect from three-point land. Still only just 1 of 1 from that area. Central Arkansas trying to get something going on the perimeter, but the hands of Sam Houston State have been active all day as we force another turnover. And Jalen Walker has got it. We've got numbers 3 on 2. She finds a wide open Amber Leggett underneath for the easy bucket. She is now in double figures, team high 11 for the freshman from Florida. Sam can't, UCA can't get anything done as Jalen Walker goes full length pass to Harrell. But they want to slow it down, get something going here. Walker looking to the sideline. Raven Justice barking out commands. We're going to get Leggett one more time to the left. Can't get it to fall, though. UCA looks to run as well. We've got a blocking call on Sam Houston. And it's going to be on Lydia Baxter. That's her second personal. Tia Hairston comes into the game for the first time, replacing Amber Leggett, and Lachey Haynes comes in, replacing Lydia Baxter. And unlike last game against Abilene Christian, the Sam Houston State offense has gotten into a rhythm. It's gotten to points on the court in their offensive sets that they want to get to, and it's resulted in a lot of easy points. And their defense has been beneficial as well, causing turnovers, and it's been one shot and a rebound by Sam. A lot of energy going into this one on both ends. Tia Harrison now in the game at point guard and immediately turns it over. And that's a swipe and score by number 2, Camry Orr, the former Sam Houston State Bearcat. Played her freshman year here in Johnson Coliseum as a member of the Sam Houston State Bearcat basketball team before leaving to go to Northeastern Oklahoma Junior College before winding up at UCA. She's a Little Rock, Arkansas native, so back home in the home state of Arkansas. Sam trying to go with some high-low action themselves, and Jalen Walker with some fancy dribbling, trying to break down her defender and draws the foul.
First personal, 5th on Central Arkansas. That will send Jalen Walker to the line for 2.
So Walker will go to the line for 2 more shots. She's now 3 of 5 from the line. She can get one more there. Yeah, now 4 of 6. And all of her points coming via the free throw line. She's got 4 points on the night. Sam Houston doing a good job of denying the ball, not just inside, but making the guards for UCA work for it on the perimeter. And it's, again, one shot and a Sam Houston State rebound. Walker comes up with it and looks to push. Picks up her dribble and gives it to Lachey Haynes, who kicks it right back out to Walker, and they want something a little bit better. Trying to set up the offense. Comes off the screen, goes left side off the window. Can't get it to go, and UCA rebounds. Looks to get into their offense. Sells with the ball at the point. And if things keep going the way they're going, Sam Houston State might break their 10-game losing streak to Central Arkansas. They have lost the last 10 games played in this series, and the last win came in January of 2013 right here in Huntsville at Johnson Coliseum. Both teams coming here riding the wave of a 3-game losing streak and looking to get things turned in the right direction and right the ship tonight. But for UCA, they're going to have to do a little bit better job of not turning the ball over and knocking down open shots. And for the first time, we see Alyssa Osborne, the sophomore from Spring, Texas, check into the game for first action of the night. Walker remains at the point. Haynes out high, goes down low to Harrell, swings at McKinney, who swings it right back to Walker. 3 ball, no good. Sam tries to trap, but it's off. Sam Houston State defender. Possession arrow will remain with Central Arkansas, and we're going to have to take a timeout. Sam Houston State leading 26-14 with just 4 minutes and 41 seconds left in the first half. Back to the action here at Johnson Coliseum, 26-14. Sam Houston State leading Central Arkansas, and the Bearcats have come out firing on offense. But it grown cold here over the past 2 minutes and 43 seconds. No field goals to account for, but it's helped that UCA hasn't had the most luck with their offense either, which is why we have a 12-point Sam Houston lead, and UCA going down low, and number 11, Michaelin Hicks, just took a beating on that play. Went up, got rejected, and went right back up and got fouled, and had a little bit of theatrics at the end of that foul call as she'll go to the line for 2. Hicks is the 6-foot sophomore from El Dorado, Arkansas. Huge piece of the Sugar Bears post play. She misses the first. Leggett's going to check back into the game, placing Osborne. Let's take a look, another look at that play. She gets whopped on the head and goes back up. And maybe I was being a little harsh. Maybe it wasn't all that theatrical. Maybe she really was getting knocked around there. Harrell with it on the wing. Going to get 2 screens. Goes short corner and dishes to McKinney inside, who goes up off the window for her second and 1 of the night. It looked as though Rachel Harrell was just kind of dribbling into no man's land and almost dribbled right into a UCA trap, but had enough presence of mind to find McKinney in the lane wide open, and she went up strong for the bucket and converts the 3-point play. Sam Houston now built a 15-point lead, as we have just over 4 minutes left in the first half. Sells doing her best to try and weave through this Sam Houston State defense, which has been so good thus far at clogging up passing lanes and not making passes easy, as we get a easy layup there from UCA. Jalen Walker comes right back, pushing the ball across the court. Harrell up top. It's a nice screen, draws some contact, but can't get it to go. Harrell is one of those players, if she gets hot, she can change the game with her sharp shooting. There's a reason that she's just on the outside of the top 10 in Sam Houston's career 3-point field goals list. She's at 87 career threes and needs just 2 to crack the top 10. jumper from Alana Kennedy is good. Sam comes right back. Sam's running a lot of high posts now that the man-to-man defense has turned up a little bit from UCA, and Jalen Walker continues her struggles from the field. And she misses that jumper there. 0 of 7 Walker is now from the field. All 4 of her points coming from the free throw line, and Amber Leggett with the help side defense swats it away. She has been a woman on a mission right now, fired up. Jennifer Ramos is going to check back into the game as Walker gets a breather right here before the half. She probably won't see any more action for the remainder of this half. Amber Leggett has been possessed thus far, defensively and offensively, and goes for another block. But it doesn't matter. She gets a charge foul. Kiara McKinney draws the charge. Kind of motions to Raven Justice. She might have taken that one right in the chest and needs a little bit of a breather before. And now looks like we've got a technical foul.
Fouls off number 42, Kiara McKinney, her second personal foul. That will send Elaine Fisher to the line for 2.
Oh, excuse me. It's not a technical foul. It was a blocking foul. They actually changed it from a charge to a blocking foul on Kiara McKinney. Let's take another look. That's the block right before the blocking play on Amber Leggett as she swats that almost into the stands here at Johnson Coliseum. So it's not a charge. It is a blocking foul on Kiara McKinney. .2:11 left in this first half. Sam leading by 11 points. Jennifer Ramos now running the show at point. She's going to go down low to Courtney Cook, junior center from San Antonio. Can't get the turnaround to go. Sam has really wanted to utilize their post play tonight and has done a great job offensively with Shay Haynes, Lydia Baxter. And now sprinkling in Cook into the mix. If they can get all 3 of those going, Sam Houston State's going to have a lot of success under the basket. And it's an offense that predicates itself on the drive and dish. A lot of their athleticism is in their guard play, and they want to go right down low. As you see right there, Harrell just fires a bullet underneath to Courtney Cook, who draws the foul. Cook is a 6'2" junior from San Antonio. Started her career in Brennan High School, then made a stop at Tyler Junior College and University of Incarnate Word, another Southland foe. Had a career high in points November 19th against Wiley when she scored 8. She's rarely used. She's probably the 3rd post player off the bench for Raven Justice, but when she gets in, she can make an immediate impact with her size and length. You just don't find 6'2" women on trees here in women's college basketball, so she is a very talented young lady. And the more she plays and the more reps she gets, she will be a definitive answer and a post presence down low for Raven Justice. As she comes out of the game, Lydia Baxter back in. Sam's going on a little bit of a cold streak here, just 1 of 7 shooting the basketball. And we've got a foul on Lydia Baxter. A moving screen just clipped Taylor Sells coming off the screen, and can't do that. So that's another turnover and a personal foul for Baxter. Yeah, just stuck that right leg out and caught Sells just enough to make her fall and catch the referee's attention. It's a personal foul on Lydia Baxter. We've got a tie up there. Lydia Baxter's lucky that she didn't get a foul called on that. Little bit of frustration there as she jerked the ball away, and Raven Justice smartly takes her out of the game so she doesn't get herself into any deeper foul trouble. Kira McKinney back in the game. About 9 seconds difference in the shot clock and game clock. Sam's going to try and run this clock down as far as they can, and Amber Leggett continues her solid play tonight with the beautiful floater in the lane. 13 points, a game high for Leggett. Sugar Bears trying to get something going with the drive. Sells does draw the foul on the drive to the lane, so she'll go to the line for 2 more. It's going to be a foul on Amber Leggett. And that's the thing, too, that happened a lot and has happened a lot this season, is that the consistency doesn't always bleed over from one side of the ball to the other. And what I mean by that is that when you have a play like Amber Leggett had just there, 2 possessions, she goes down the court, gets into the lane, has a beautiful floater, and a great offensive possession, but then at the other end commits just kind of a stupid foul like that. And so Raven Justice talked about that all the time, is that a lot of these are young mistakes. As we get ready to wind down the first half, if the Shea Haynes, the prayer doesn't fall. And it's a young team that's going to make a lot of young mistakes, but right in there they're playing like a veteran squad. 33-20 Sam Houston State at the half, leaders over Central Arkansas. We're going to have the second half when we return right here on the Bearcat Sports Network. Second half action here in Johnson Coliseum between Sam Houston State and UCA. But before we get to the action, let's recap the first half. Sam Houston State led 33-20 after 2 quarters of play thanks to points in the paint. 18-10 advantage the Lady Cats had over the Sugar Bears. And the defense for Sam Houston State ramped up the pressure and in return got a lot of points. 15-6 points off the turnovers was the advantage Sam Houston State had over UCA. They led by as many as 15 in the first half, and thanks in part to a strong offensive performance by freshman Amber Leggett, has a game-high 13 points and will look to continue that strong offensive output here in the second half as the Sugar Bears start off the second half with a turnover. Sam Houston State shooting 34, almost 35% in the first half, 8 of 23 from the field. And right after UCA gets a turnover, Sam Houston State counters with a turnover of their own. Dominique Maxwell is going to give the ball to the purple and black after that traveling call. And again, we told you Amber Leggett, 13 points. It's a game high. She was 6 of 11 from the field, a perfect 1 of 1 from the free throw line. In 17 minutes of play, she did it pretty much in every facet of the game. But she is one of 3 ladies on the court right now that have 2 fouls. And the Sam Houston defense gives up a little bit of a lapse there as they allow a drive and dish from UCA. But come right back at it the other end. Leggett dishes to Lachey Haynes. Short 17-foot jumper is good. And that's going to be Haynes' first points of the evening. Sam lead now at 13. Still sticking with the man-to-man defense. And that is Camry Orr, the former Sam Houston State Bearcat, with the 3-ball. Knocks that down for her 5th points, her 5th point of the afternoon. Dominique Maxwell going right to the rack, but gets it rejected. Ball's going to stay with Sam Houston. As Jennifer Aramis enters the game, Maxwell will exit, and UCA will have another wave of substitutions as well. Again, in that first half, we only had 1 score lead change and 1 tie. That was very early on when it was 2-2. Outside of that, it's been all Sam Houston State. As Jalen Walker tries from the top of the 3-point line, can't get it, but that's why she led the SWAC in rebounding just 2 seasons ago. Lachey Haynes with the putback, doing the dirty work early, and she's continued that into the second half. Another rebound from Kiera McKinney gets Sam off and running, but Jalen Walker stripped from behind. We talked about Haynes. She loves to get underneath and bang with the best of them. She's leading Sam Houston State in rebounds right now with 7. Short corner jumper there. No good, but the putback by Hicks is good, and UCA's not going away underneath as well. It's going to be a battle of probably who can get the most offensive rebounds, who will stay in control, and the turnover bug is biting Sam Houston State hard. We've got an offensive foul on Kiera McKinney. That's her 3rd personal foul. She's getting into that danger zone of foul trouble. It's her and Lydia Baxter are going to be patrolling the post for Sam. They're going with their bigger lineup right now. Here's Orr one time. Dipsy Doo can't get it to go. McKinney with the rebound, and Sam wants to run out to Aramis, who goes out to Leggett for the easy fast break layup. That's what Sam really wants to do. They pride themselves on getting out and getting the outlet pass out as quickly as possible so they can get to their fast break offense. But One thing that they have not learned how to do is that right there, is come back with really good defense after a really good transition point. Kara McKinney goes up one time with the putback and draws the foul. She'll go to the line for 2 more. That's happened a lot with Sam Houston State, is that they'll have one really good offensive possession and turn right around with a really bad defensive possession. And you saw it right there. They got out. Ramos hit Amber Leggett with a nice outlet pass for the easy score, but the defense didn't get back in time, which allowed an easy UCA a bucket. And Raven Justice has talked about that all year, about it's just as much mental as it is a physical lapse when stuff like that happens. It's giving 110% all the time, leaving everything out on the court. And sometimes, even when you take one play off or 1 second off, it can result in points for the other team, which was a perfect indicator there with UCA coming back with that quick 2. And right here, Orr wants to push it one more time, and they go inside. One dribble and up. Can't convert, but still a wide open look for the Sugar Bears offense, and Jalen Walker brings it back up. And as she gets a little bit out of control, Jennifer Ramos comes up and takes over at the point to calm things down and settle this offense. Tries to spin in the lane, gives it off to Lydia Baxter, who takes it out, gives it right back to Walker, who stops and pops for 3. And Walker still has not found the touch from the field, has not had a field goal yet. But UCA continues to claw away at this lead. Right there, the 3 from Antonia Bacic. The lead now for Sam Houston State is 8, with just 5:39 left to play in this third quarter, and Raven Justice calls a timeout, and she is not happy. The defense has been lagging, and the offense has been kind of lackadaisical here as we opened up the second half of play. And right now, she is giving it to her ladies, drawing up something that's hopefully going to get them back into the swing of things, that saw them with a 15-point lead in that first half. And they're doing their best to get out in transition, but as we said, Jalen Walker, who is normally their go-to scorer and their most athletic, not only guard but player on the roster, has yet to hit from the field. She's got 4 points, but all 4 of those points are coming via the free throw line. So she's struggling, and you have to think that if she is even maybe a quarter of what she normally is, this lead could be in the double digits, maybe into the 20s. But again, it's the turnover game and it's the defensive game that is really done Sam Houston State in. Right now they have 15 points off the turnovers, and that's essentially the name of the game. But both teams have 12 turnovers in this game. It just seems as though Sam Houston is taking more of an advantage of those turnovers than Central Arkansas is. So Sam Houston State will inbound. Jalen Walker is going to run the point, but when you've got an offense that predicates itself on executing flawlessly, Sam Houston State doesn't have the talent where they can take plays off and rely on pure athletic ability to take over if they don't run their sets correctly or exactly how they want to. They have to be flawless. They have to be precise in their execution, and when things break down, they have to execute that as well flawlessly, and that's not what they've been doing here in this second half. As Central Arkansas is sticking with the man-to-man. Maxwell in the corner, looks to drive, spin move, goes up, but gets hacked on the back by Hicks, who's not happy with that call either. There have been some questionable calls by the referees here for both sides. It's been a relatively equally officiated and fairly officiated game, but there have been some times where both teams have drawn fouls, and there have been a little bit of theatrics of the face. to come after as Maxwell goes to the line, converts the first one. Let's take another look as Maxwell goes up, and yeah, she was hacked on the head there, and pretty obvious call there, much to the delight of Hicks. As Maxwell looked to convert the second, can't get it. A little bit of a scrum there for the rebound, but it's rebounded by UCA, who looks to push. Sills, corner jumper. It's going to rattle around, touch every inch of the cylinder before falling. So she's now into double figures with 10 points. And Sam Houston State looks to convert at the other end. Maxwell one more time. Nice move to get into the lane, just can't convert with the right hand. And then once again is a foul out of frustration. This time it's going to be on Lydia Baxter. That's her 4th personal, so she will quickly exit to avoid the foul out. Lachey Haynes enters the game as Sam Houston's other post player with Kiera McKinney. So still a big lineup in for Sam Houston State. 3 guards and 2 post players. UCA going with their small lineup with Hicks at 6 feet, the biggest on the court. Orr is trying to take Aramis and Walker off those screens, but the defense has been moving their feet perfectly, not allowing her to get into the lane, which is her MO. And this time Hicks is the one that draws the foul. A little shaken up at the end, but Kiera McKinney draws the foul. That is her 4th. So both Sam Houston State's post players, Kiera McKinney and Lydia Baxter, have 4 fouls to their name. Baxter is on the bench, and this is a bench that's not very deep when it comes to the post players. We've seen Courtney Cook come into the game, but she is not one that gets a lot of extended minutes on a consistent basis. So you have to think Raven Justice has to think to herself, do I leave McKinney in and risk the foul out, or do I put Cook in, or do I risk it one more time and put the veteran Lydia Baxter in replace of her? So it looks right now, during this timeout, Kiera McKinney's on the outside of the huddle, and in her place it looks like it's going to be from here, Tia Hairston. So it's going to be a 4-guard, 1 big lineup, which is probably the smart thing to do, keeping all 3 post players on the bench, Baxter, Cook, and McKinney. So as it stands right now, Sam Houston State doesn't have a field goal over the past 2 minutes and 36 seconds. They had a couple of droughts like this in the first half, where they struggled to get anything offensively going. The longest drought was just over 3 minutes. So they're not extended. They're not getting into that 5 and 6, 7 minute mark. But still, when you go cold like that, you have this offense that, again, that needs to be almost perfect to be executed perfectly. Droughts like this really hurt you. So Hicks is going to go to the line for 2. Hicks with 8 points on the night. Converts the first. Let's take another look at the foul called here. Hicks with a nice, maybe got away with a little bit of a hook there with that right elbow. Threw that into McKinney's side as she converts both free throws, and now she is in double figures with 10 points. Dominique Maxwell calling for the ball and gets it on the perimeter, and now Walker looks to create, picks up her dribble, leg it on the perimeter to Haynes, who looks to drive, spin move, cross court to Walker, shot fake, dribbling, but can't get the left-handed baby hook to go, and Hicks comes up with the block and the rebound. Sugar Bears on the run. Sells with the ball. Nice bounce pass underneath to Orr, who draws the foul. going to be a foul on the floor. Jennifer Ramos will have one more foul added to her total for the night. She's at 3 personal. So Bearcats not only getting into the bonus, but into some foul trouble with a lot of their key players. Baxter and McKinney have 4. Jennifer Ramos has 3. Maxwell and Leggett each with 2. So really need to be careful here that we don't have a situation where we had, like they had against Abilene Christian the last game, where 2 of their key players foul out. Last game it was Amber Leggett and Jalen Walker. And off the turnover, Sells look to run. They're going to set it up one more time here with Orr. She's been relatively quiet tonight, just 5 points, almost as many personal fouls. She has 3 personal fouls. Gets the nice drive there and kick. And Elena Kennedy has 2 opportunities to get a short jumper to go, but just couldn't do it. As we'll turn things over to Sam Houston State. Sam Houston is 0 for their last 4 in field goals. Kicks out to Lachey Haynes, 16 feet, no, and Sells with the rebound, and she wants to run. Pulls it right out and wants to get something down low, as they do with Hicks, who takes 1 dribble off the window, can't do it, gets her own rebound and goes up, draws yet another foul. Seems as Michaela Hicks has gotten into a rhythm here by essentially not getting into a rhythm. She's drawn a couple fouls, hasn't been able to convert, but she's been taking it right to the rack and right at these Sam Houston State defenders, and she's been drawing fouls and getting to the line. And that's why UCA has trimmed the deficit to within 5. Hicks converts on the back end of the 2-shot foul. It's been a struggle, honestly, for both teams from the field as of late, but especially for the UCA Sugar Bears from 3-point land. They started the season 12 of 94 in their first 8 games. They're 23 of 51 over their last 4. Which is 45%, which is pretty good, but just 18.3%, which is 13 of 71 in road games. And you're seeing that start to materialize and rear its ugly head right now. Neither one of these teams is really feeling it from 3-point land. Sam Houston State is shooting just 25% and UCA 28%. So both teams aren't really lighting it up from 3-point land, having to rely on the free throw line and the fast break points. As Jalen Walker knocks down another free throw. Increases the lead to 6, 2:23 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Both of these teams seeking their first win in Southland Conference play. Sam Houston State dropped their opener over the weekend to Abilene Christian, and UCA is 0 for 2 in conference games. Nice look inside to Hicks, who just turns and goes right off the window. And she seems to have been a little bit rejuvenated in this second half. The foul line has done wonders for her offensive game, as she now has 13 points. And Lachey Haynes drives to the rack and looks for Leggett underneath, but instead is charged with a charging foul. This is kind of where Sam Houston has let games get away from them. It's here in late in the third quarter and into the fourth. Maybe it's a conditioning issue. Maybe it's a youth issue with some of these ladies. They don't really know how to maintain leads as Taylor Sells drives right by Jalen Walker for the bucket. Now it is a 2-point game. A lead that was at once 15 points is now just a single possession. Shea Haynes, nice tough move inside, draws the foul. Foul's gonna be on Hicks. That's gonna be her third personal. The foul line's really been doing wonders for both of these teams. Did it for the first half, and now it seems that's the only place where either one of these teams can get any offenses from the charity stripe. So Shea Haynes is good on the first one. Let's take another look. Shea Haynes just takes the foul on the step into the lane. She'll connect on the second one. So now we're back to 4 points. Sam giving a light full court pressure. Jalen Walker still on Sells, trying to, and again, this is Jalen Walker's Achilles heel. Not smart fouls. The reach in there, going for the steal, especially after UCA has all this momentum and has built this lead, or has built this comeback off the Sam Houston lead. She goes and fouls and sends Sells to the free throw line for 2 shots. This is what got her in trouble last game, where she fouled out against Abilene Christian. And it looks as though she could be destined for another performance tonight. 3 personal fouls for Walker to just 6 points. Sam Houston's going to try and get their first field goal in almost 6 minutes of play. Walker trying to create something. Nifty dribbling, stops and pops. Still has yet to hit a field goal. She's 0 for 11 this game from the field. All of her 6 points have come from the free throw line, and it's been a struggle. It has been a struggle for Jalen Walker to get anything going offensively. And just like that, Sam with another turnover. You turn the ball over like that, not a lot of good things are happening, especially when you're trying to fend off a team who's making a little bit of a comeback. 15 turnovers now for Sam Houston State. UCA is not as good either. They've got 13. Sells looking like she wants to go one-on-one here with Dominique Maxwell off the switch. Goes to the block, pump fake off the window with 1 second on the shot clock remaining and the game clock. And that is the end of the third quarter, with Sam Houston State clinging to a 1-point lead. And UCA has gone on a bit of a run, 3 for 3 on field goals here in the last 2 minutes. Sam Houston State has got to get it together as they almost blow a 15-point lead that has now just 1. So we're going to step aside here in the action, but when we return, we've got 1 more quarter. Sam Houston State trying to get their first Southland Conference win over UCA. As we begin the fourth quarter with a shot of Sandra Rushing, the head coach of UCA. She's second on Central Arkansas's career wins list. And a lot of those wins have come against Sam Houston State. She's 10-1 in her career against the Bearcats. All 10 of those wins have been consecutive, as Sam has not had a lot of luck against the Sugar Bears as of late. Their last win coming in January of 2013 right here in Huntsville. So looking to change the tide here. As Ramos from the corner, three rims out. Maxwell trying for the rebound, a little bit of a scrum. And it winds up in the hands of Central Arkansas, and Sells wants to get out and run, but pulls it back just in time. Gonna go to Hicks on the free throw line. Looking to hand it off to Camry Orr, who gets into the lane, goes off the window, rims out, and into the hands of Jennifer Ramos. Walker pump fakes and turns it over, and now Orr. UCA's got numbers 3-on-1, dishes it off, can't convert, gets the missed shot. And that is the first lead for UCA since about 2 minutes into this game, because it has been all Sam Houston State up until just recently. And UCA now holds a 1-point advantage after being down by as many as 15 in this game. But Sam takes the lead right back off the Lachey Haynes layup off a Dominique Maxwell assist. And Coach Rushing wants to talk about it just a little bit. She's a little bit upset about these recent possessions. Sam Houston State clinging to yet again a 1-point lead. They have to turn things up if they want their first Southland Conference victory. We're going to have more from Johnson Coliseum coming up. Just over 8 minutes left in this Southland Conference matchup between Sam Houston State and UCA, and have the tables, they have turned over 3 quarters. Sam Houston State in the first half built a 13-point halftime lead. Their lead was as big as 15 in that first half, but now, thanks to some sharp shooting and some carelessness from Sam Houston State with the basketball, they cling to a 1-point lead. And UCA is looking to get this offensive attack going. Gonna go to the post, kick out. 3 ball is good from Antonia Botchik. Drills that 3. She's got 6 points on the evening. And now UCA starting to feel it from the outside, and just offensively in general, as Amber Leggett tosses one up blindly, but still draws the foul. Foul's going to be on number 22, Elena Kennedy. That is her 3rd. 3 players for UCA on the floor at this moment have 3 fouls. One of those being the Sugar Bears' best player, Camry Orr. So Leggett will go to the line for 2. her ladies down 2 as well. Leggett's tied for the game high in points with 15 with Sells. Now owns the game high with 16, but Sam Houston State still down by 1. And UCA might try and start to milk the clock on these next few possessions. Even though we're at the 7-minute mark, they can never be too careful in conference play with a lead. They miss the shot, and Jalen Walker looks to attack, threads the UCA defense, can't get anything to go. Lachey Haynes ends up with it, kicks it out to Maxwell, who pops from 3, can't get it. Haynes the rebound one more time. This time Maxwell's gonna, Walker, excuse me, is gonna try for 3. And that is her first field goal of the game. She has 9 points previous to that. Every single point to her name was via the free throw line. So she's now in the books as having a field goal, and Sam has retaken the lead 51-49. UCA comes right back with an aggressive drive, can't do it. Maxwell on the rebound, pushes it up the floor. Sam wants to get into their offensive set here. Ramos off the screen from Haynes, drives to the lane, kicks to Maxwell again, but we've got a foul on the floor. Looks as though it's going to be on UCA. Taylor Sells is the Sugar Bears' leading scorer with 15 points. That's her second personal foul. So Sam Houston State will inbound it underneath the basket. Aramis inbounding, goes right to Haynes. Pump fake, goes up, can't get it. Wanted some contact. The Sam Houston bench and Raven Justice thought there was a little bit of a cause for foul there, but no call. Camry Orr takes it at the other end, and a silky smooth jumper for 2 ties the game and gives her 9 points on the night. Jennifer Aramis wheeling and dealing in the lane, can't get it to go. And UCA rebounds, looking to retake the lead. Or one more time, same spot where she just hit from, but stops, collects, and gets it back and wants something a little bit better. Calling for maybe an ISO, goes around the pick, looks to pass. And the rebound there. And the and 1 from number 33, Alexis Thomas. UCA has all the momentum they need right now, as Thomas is going to go to the line to increase the UCA lead to 3. Let's take one more look. Gets it, and all in one motion. The rebound and up through the contact for the and 1. Can't convert the 3-point play. Still a 2-point lead for the Sugar Bears. We're right in the middle of another one of these Sam Houston State offensive droughts as Baxter kicks it out to Maxwell. That's her spot from the corner. Can't get it to go. Baxter up one more time with the putback, but can't get it to go. Ball out of bounds. We'll stay right here with the orange and white. That is Lydia Baxter's career summed up in one play. Drives to the lane, takes all sorts of contact, kicks it out, gets the offensive rebound, and just fights for every inch of that block, no matter if she gets a point or not. She is going to give you 110% underneath, as we have a foul called on UCA off the jump shot from Jalen Walker. So she's going to go to the line where she has gotten the majority of her points tonight, has struggled from the field. She's 1 for 12 from the field. Let's take another look off the Lydia Baxter screen. Goes right up, and a blatant elbow tap. If this were the 1990s in the NBA, that would have been totally legal, but you can't touch anybody now, no matter how hard or soft it is. That's a foul, and Walker connects on one free throw. So now Sam is down 1, and Coach Rushing wants some time to talk about it. With her ladies up 1, Sam Houston State, now they are the ones clawing back from a deficit after blowing a 15-point lead here in Johnson Coliseum. We're going to have more from the Sugar Bears and Lady Cats right here on the Bearcat Sports Network when we return. After the UCA timeout, things are 53-52 Sugar Bears with just 4:46 left in this fourth quarter. Sam Houston State has looked like a shell of the team that played in the first 3 quarters. Turnovers have plagued them, and the sharp shooting of Antonia Bocic has also done the Lady Cats in here in the fourth quarter. She connects on another 3, and the Sugar Bear lead continues to grow. Baxter underneath the rebound, putback, can't get it, gets another rebound, goes up through 2 defenders, finally gets a whistle, and she's gonna go to the line for 2 more. And if there's one person you want at the line, it's Lydia Baxter. The last game against Abilene Christian, she got her 4th double-double of the season. 18 points, 10 rebounds. 12 of her 18 points came via the free throw line. She was 12 of 20, and those 20 attempts set a new Sam Houston State single season record. So she might not get all the putback points, but she is going to go to the line to have a chance to put the ball in the basket thanks to her hard work underneath the rim, as we have a loose ball there, and it comes right back to UCA, looking to push things up and make this a 2-possession game. Camry Orr, the former Sam Houston State Bearcat, trying to work things out on this offense. Gives it up to Sells, and Jalen Walker with some active hands gets a hand in the passing lane to bat it away. 3:50 left in this one. UCA up 56-53. UCA goes right down on the block, but nice defense by Baxter and Leggett to tip the ball away. Jalen Walker comes right back up the floor. Swift dribbling. Wanted a foul call, but it's going to be a turnover, and Sugar Bears ball. Jalen Walker looked like she wanted a little bit of a foul, but the ref said it was all clean, and the ball just went right off of Walker and out of bounds, which is why UCA is taken over here. Hicks on the elbow, looks to shoot, just short. Long rebound to Aramis. Gonna look to blow by Hicks, but stops and turns around. Ball's knocked out. It's gonna still be Sam Houston State ball. Aramis inbounds to Maxwell in the corner. Aramis stopped for 3, rims out, long rebound again. Baxter had possession but knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be Sugar Bears ball after the deflection. Lydia Baxter pleading her case that there was a loose ball foul, but the ref did not see it that way. He says it was out on Sam Houston State. It's going to be Sugar Bears ball. The refs get together to talk about it. Both confirm. Raven Justice is not happy either. Coach Justice claiming that it was all ball and that Baxter was fouled while going after it and maintaining possession, but refs didn't see it that way, and theirs is the only opinion that matters. Sells have Aramis playing tough defense on Sells. Wanted a 5-second call but couldn't get it. Or stops, pops from the elbow. Cannot connect, but out of frustration again, draws a foul on Jalen Walker. That's going to be her 4th foul. So now she gets into that danger zone of foul trouble. 3 other Sugar Bear players have 3 fouls for the evening. So, as we see the foul one more time, a blatant reach over into Walker for the foul. And Walker has struggled all day from the field. 1 of 13 from the field. Her lone field goal coming via the 3-point line. She's 8 for 12 from the free throw line. But she's going to have to pick it up a little bit in this last 2 minutes and 38 seconds if she wants her and her Lady Bearcats to get their first Southland Conference win of the season. More Bearcats and Sugar Bears coming up. .238 left in the 4th quarter. Sam Houston State down 2. Both of these teams looking for their first Southland Conference victory of the early conference season. Sam Houston State's going to have to do a lot if they want to regain that once double-digit lead. Camry Orr looking to create, dishes it off. Deflected, but we've got a whistle. And we've got a foul. Amber Leggett's going to be the recipient of that foul. That's her 3rd. And we were talking before the break about the struggles of Jalen Walker from the field today. Just 1 field goal, but still has managed to scrounge out 11 points, which will give her 10+ points in 11 straight games on the year. Hicks with the turnaround, can't get it to go. She and Baxter are going to battle for it on the loose ball, but she was the last one to touch it, so it's going to be Sam Houston State possession. No, excuse me, it's going to be a foul on Hicks, so we'll have 2 free throws for Baxter, looking to tie this game up. Can't convert on the first. Baxter struggling from the free throw line today, 1 of 3. Gets the second one to go. UCA trying to get this to a 3-point lead with a bucket, maybe even make it a 2-possession game with a 3-pointer. Sells is looking to create. Hicks on the free throw line. Passes to Orr, who fell down. And on the loose ball, it was last touched by UCA, so Sam Houston State will take over. Under the 2-minute mark now, 1:47 left to play. Sam down 1. And Sam is 0 for 7 in field goals, 0 for their last 7. And have had no field goals in the last 5 minutes and 20 seconds of play. You can go all game struggling. All that matters is when it gets down to crunch time, this last minute 30. Dominique Maxwell can't get to go. Lydia Baxter just fighting for that rebound, tipped it to herself amidst the trees of UCA as Sam Houston State regains possession, and Jalen Walker, the tough falling down runner off the window, gets it to go. And Sam back in the lead, 57-56. We've got 1:10 left to play here in Johnson Coliseum. Sills trying to create off the dribble. And we've got an offensive foul on UCA. Great play there Take another look at this. Lydia Baxter steps in and gets her feet planted perfectly outside of the restricted area, and that is a charging foul. Great play there by Baxter, who does all the little things right, all the dirty work that you need a veteran player to do. She's been around this program for a long, long time. And if there's anyone that embodies the blue-collar mentality more than Lydia Baxter, I would love to see her. Let's see it one more time. Look at this, moving the feet, gets into position and keeps her hands up, doesn't go into the ball carrier, lets the ball handler come into her, which is a charge, and gives the ball right back to Sam Houston State on a critical play right here at 1:01 left to play in the fourth quarter with her ladies up by just a single point. Let's take another look at the opposite court angle. Again, never leaves her feet, stays in position, and just takes the charge beautifully. That's textbook. That is taking a charge 101. And you don't have to do everything when it comes down to crunch time, when it comes to making a big play. A lot of the times when people hear he or she made a big play, your go-to players made a big play, it's not always offense. And it's not always, when it comes to defense, it's not always making a steal, deflecting a pass. It's things like that, taking a charge, sacrificing the body for the betterment of the team to get the ball back. And Lydia Baxter did that just now like she's done her entire career here in Huntsville. That's why she's one of the grittier players to ever come through the program. She's the hard-nosed, bring your lunch pail to work kind of player that Raven Justice loves, not only to recruit, but to develop. She's had 4 double-doubles in her last 5 games. And she is going out on a high note, and we just got one more confirmation of the charging foul. Refs want to make sure they got it right, had to go to the monitor, and there was a very emphatic yell from the bench there. That's what's preached every day in practice, is getting on the floor for loose balls, making defensive plays like taking a charge. The little things that probably won't necessarily show up in the scorebook all the time, but are going to pay huge dividends in close games like the one we've got here in Huntsville. Jalen Walker trying to create one more time, goes off the window and draws a blocking foul. So she'll go to the line for 2 more free throws and will look to put 3 points between her and UCA. So the foul was on number 22, Elena Kennedy, and that is all for Kennedy. She is officially fouled out of the ball game. So she will exit to the tune of 1 free throw from Jalen Walker as we take another look, and very, very close there. But probably that last movement towards the very end. UCA gets the rebound, but Jalen Walker gets the steal, and she will go to the line for 2 more free throws after drawing the foul. Great play there. Despite missing the second free throw, stayed active on the defensive end despite UCA getting the rebound, and went right at the UCA defender to draw the foul and connects on the free throw. Let's take another look. Just goes right up into number 33, Alexi Thomas. So now it is a 2-possession game. Sam Houston starting to put a little bit more space between them and the Sugar Bears. And this is a fired-up Sam Houston State team at the moment. Dominique Maxwell came off the floor, getting in the faces of some of her teammates. Couldn't tell if it was out of anger or out of excitement, but either way, she is fired up and ready to go. 39.4 seconds remain. And Sam Houston holding on to a 4-point lead. First half was not very indicative of how the second half is going. It was all Sam Houston State. They had a 13-point lead at the half, and their lead was as big as 15. A lot of points off turnovers. The fast break points were at a premium. But got a little careless with the basketball in the second half, and UCA took advantage with their sharp shooting and offensive execution. Took the lead. It was ping-ponging back and forth between UCA and Sam Houston on who was going to take the lead over these past 2-3 minutes. But now Sam Houston is in a comfortable place, 4 points and 39 seconds left to play. UCA will inbound. Camry Orr off the dribble, goes right in for the layup. So the former Sam Houston State Bearcat having a solid night. That's her 11th point. But 3 players for UCA on the floor right now have 4 fouls. Hicks, Orr. It's Hicks, Orr, and trying to look up that last player there. And Taylor Sells are the 3 players that have 4 fouls for UCA. As for Sam Houston State, the only person that has 4 is Lydia Baxter, but Jennifer Aramis, Amber Leggett, and Jalen Walker, all 3 have 3 personal fouls. Sam Houston State 60, UCA 58, looking for the first Southland win of the season, the Bearcats are. So a lot of people taking in. There's esteemed SID head of the Bearcat Sports Network, Jason Barfield, and athletic director Bobby Williams right beside him, the brains of the organization here in the athletic department at Sam Houston State. Both men putting in countless hours to make all facets of Sam Houston athletics the very best they can be. And we cannot thank them enough for their time and their effort to make everything Bearcat sports fantastic. So now UCA is going to go into automatic foul mode. Walker will be fouled. She'll go to the line where she's 11 of 16, now making 11 of 17. So her second attempt is good. Now a 3-point Sam Houston State lead, so not totally out of the woods yet. Sam still going with the full court man-to-man, and Camry Orr just goes the length of the court. And the charge one more time. I don't think I have to tell you who it is, but it was Lydia Baxter drawing yet again another crucial charge to give Sam Houston State the ball. Once again gets set perfectly outside the restricted area and lets the ball handler do the rest. So Sam Houston State will take over. 27 seconds left. UCA will more than likely look to foul as soon as the ball is inbounded. Aramis will take the inbounds pass, avoid the foul, but the ball is deflected. Still will stay with Sam Houston State after being off UCA. Leggett will inbound. They get it to Walker, who is immediately fouled, so she will go back to the free throw line with her ladies up 3. And you can't speak to how tough and gritty and important Lydia Baxter is to the Sam Houston State team, not just for her play on the offensive end and her rebounding, but it's those little effort plays, the taking the charge, the second effort on rebounds, are just what has made her a staple in this program for 4 years. Sam up 4. UCA Hicks with the drive and the and one. Fouls on Baxter. And that's going to be her 4th personal. And Sugar Bears are keeping it interesting. Excuse me, that is 5 for Lydia Baxter. So she will foul out of the ball game. Despite the fouling out, she had those 2 huge charge plays in the crucial moments of the game. Will exit the game. Five rebounds on the night for Baxter. 2 of 4 from the free throw line. 2 total points. But again, this is one of those games where her contributions don't always show up in the scorebook, because those 2 charges were as important and crucial to this game as any of the points that she scored. So we're having a little bit of a discussion now between the referees. So we're going to have a little bit of a referee timeout to look at the monitor. Don't know exactly what the confusion is. We'll take another look at the foul that sent Lydia Baxter out and Hicks to the free throw line. So I think there's some confusion about the score and the fouls. Referees were talking about the last bucket from Sam Houston State and then the bucket at the other end by Hicks. So I think we've got it all sorted out now. 62-60, Sam Houston State with 14 and a half. Some of the athletic staff here are just as confused, I think, as the refs are of what the conversation was about. So Hicks can't convert. Lachey Haynes with the rebound. So we will have another set of free throws for Sam Houston State to try and increase this lead and make it a little bit more comfortable as we head into the last 13 seconds of the game. So Lachey Haynes will go to the line for 2. Haynes with 8 points on the night, make it 9. This free throw here will give her a double-double as she already has 10 rebounds, and there it is, her 10th point to go along with 10 rebounds. And Sam's up 4. UCA trying to get a quick 2. Dish off to Hicks, who goes up through the contact for the bucket, so UCA will foul immediately after being down just 2. No foul called, much to the dismay of Coach Rushing and her UCA staff. They wanted a foul on Hicks for maybe a possible 3-point play, didn't get it. So now Aramis will go to the line for 2 free throws. So Aramis cannot connect on the first. But does on the second to make it a 2-possession game with 5 points, and this should just about do it. So we tried to get a foul called there, but ball goes out of bounds with 0.6 seconds left, and that will just about do it. Sam Houston State has yet another close game in Southland Conference play, except this time they're on the good end of the game. 66-62 your final here. Sam Houston State relinquishes a 15-point first half lead to UCA, but thanks to some clutch defense by Lydia Baxter and some timely shooting, the Bearcats get their first Southland Conference win over the Sugar Bears, 66-62. Their next Southland Conference game will be January 12th on the road at Incarnate Word in San Antonio, a 1 p.m. tip, where they will look to get their second Southland Conference win of the afternoon. And the Cats are doing the fight song and the Eat 'em Up Cats, and we will send it off with a shot of the ladies doing their victory dance and celebration. Once again, Sam Houston with their first Southland Conference win of the season, 66-62.